What's up, guys? You're watching Kicking with Keesh, and this is take 3. It do say take 1. Don't worry about what it says. Don't worry about it,
We
sweet
ain't
heart.
changing the numbers. We don't have an extra person
Right.
for numbers.
Don't
Okay?
worry about it, sweet heart.
If we say it's 3, it's 3.
Hey, just that splat. Don't worry about it. Anywho, you're watching Kicking with Keesh. My name is Kesha Carter, and thank you for joining my show. Today, I have my dear friend, Miss Tiffany Bell, with me. She's here with us for our next 2 episodes. So this episode and another one. So please look forward to seeing her beautiful face. Follow her on Instagram at Tiff_Bella. There's her Instagram tag. Here's my Instagram tag. And before you go any further, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Make sure you subscribe. Better than that, make sure you are subscribed to Kicking It with Keesh, so that you can keep kicking it with us all the time.
All the time.
All Keesh, all the time. Now, if you are listening to my podcast via audio, you are able to go and listen to my podcast on all of these platforms. We have Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Overcast, Castbox, as well as Google Podcasts. Yeah, a lot of options.
Okay.
So whether you're an Android user or an Apple user, or if you got a flip phone, I don't think you can.
It don't matter. You have options.
Right.
Okay.
You got options. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be kicking it with me in your ears. Period. Now, if you're watching via visual podcast, you're watching on Facebook and or YouTube. And keep kicking it with Keesh. Now, let's dive into this amazing episode. Today we're going to highlight monogamy versus polygamy. Big subject, I know. Let me not forget our business promo. So our business promo today is a bakery company, and she also does catering as well out of Fort Worth, Texas, by Jazzy Sassy Sweets is the name of it, excuse me. So the name of the company is Jazzy Sassy Sweets, and it's by my great friend Jasmine Norton. She, let me just read the bio, so I'm just not,
Amazing, by the way.
Right.
Okay.
So, Jasmine was kind of pushed into the baking world after her success with her banana pudding. She found desserts and baking as her escape from reality, and as she was battling a deep depression during the start of her business, she felt that God let her birth baking through him. No, she felt that God let her birth baking through her. Right. So God gave her a gift of baking, because you ask me to bake, it's a no. If it's not the Toll House,
Me, same. I can't bake nothing.
I can cook. Baking is a blessing, and Jasmine has been gifted with this blessing. Now, almost 4 years later, she is now a self-taught custom cake and treat artist. Her information is right there, as well as pictures of her greatness. Because, I gotta give y'all an example of the greatness. And if you are listening via audio, please go to her Instagram at Jazzy Sassy Sweets. You can find her on Instagram and Facebook. Her website is jazzysassysweets.com, and her phone number and information is also here below. Phone number is 469-629-8767. So she does catering, she does events. Hit her, even if you just want something sweet, she's always selling something. So please hit up Jasmine and let her know Keisha sent you. Now, today's show quote. For our monogamy show quote, we have, I value monogamy. If you're unsure of where your love really lies, then you should be single. A quote by Alex L. And I'm not going to say I'm one-sided on this, but I absolutely fully agree. Our polygamy quote is, polygamy is an endeavor to get more out of life than there is in it, by Elbert Hubbard. Sounds a bit selfish.
Or greedy.
Facts, that's what I was looking for. Sounds real greedy, like.
It's greedy. You want your cake and eat all the flavors.
You want 2 black eyes, miss. You know what? We'll get to that in a minute. Now, in fact, I'm going to drink to that. Don't ask me what's in my cup, it's none of your business.
Mine's is empty, but it's okay.
I
know.
We'll refill. We'll refill for the next episode.
Definitely.
So we've read our quotes, and before we hop back into this episode about I'm gonna get my life together. About monogamy versus polygamy, we have to take a quick commercial break. So listen here, and we'll be right back on Kicking It with Keesh. Alright guys, again you're watching Kicking It with Keesh, and we are back from our commercial break. Now, Tiffany is gonna glide us into these definitions.
Okay.
To get us up to speed.
Monogamy, for those of you who do not know, it is the practice or state of having one sexual relationship with only one partner. Just one partner. Polygamy is the state of having more than one partner at one time. Sounds very familiar.
Now, according to BetterHelp.com, monogamy is regarded favorable while polygamy is often judged. It makes sense. Okay, so
it does.
Okay, so Tiffany, how about you let people know the difference between dating and polygamy versus polygamy, a polygamous relationship?
Okay, so for me, I just say I'm dating, but because I don't have a quote unquote title, that means I'm dating multiple people. I'm not in a polygamous relationship. However, because we don't have a title, I'm open to whoever I'm dating, per se.
Makes sense.
That makes sense? Okay.
Now,
but if I'm in a, I guess a polyamorous relationship, that means I have a boyfriend that I share with multiple women. I'm not gonna do that. However, it's kind of like I'm doing it anyway, right?
No way.
No way. I mean,
because
I'm accepting.
Right, like you said, the dating and being polygamous is like you saying, hey, there's no title on us, but we do see other people. Being in a polygamous relationship means that there's a title, and yes, you and I are together, but we see other people. The other people are included in our relationship.
So we have an emotional relationship with that person.
Yeah.
And the way that I'm dating and polygamy, I don't have an emotional relationship. But there are different people who feed different needs.
Right. Wait, so tell them about the couple you were telling me about on Instagram.
Okay, so I follow this couple. I'm not gonna tell you the name. If you follow them, you already know who they are. So she says, my husband got my girlfriend pregnant. So obviously they're in a polyamorous relationship. So they're accepting of that. She's accepting of that. So all of a sudden I start seeing posts like, we're having a baby shower, a gender reveal, and then it was just like baby, the last name coming in 3 days. Technically, she got a baby mama and a baby daddy. That's how I feel. But I mean, it's more accepted, I guess, in today's society.
I don't know. Personally, I do not do well when it comes to sharing. There's two things my mom told me that you don't share. You don't share your food, and you don't share your man, or y'all can share these hands. Period. Because I don't like to. No, don't touch what's mine. No,
right.
Mine. I don't get it. I don't get it. And like we discussed earlier, like soul ties are a thing. So for me to have this soul tie with you and somebody else that's in our relationship, that's a lot of stress, because we all three need to be aware of our emotional traumas, spiritual traumas, mental, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We need to be aware of what we got going on so that we know how to deal with ourselves when these soul ties start kicking in, and I'm now dealing with the emotional stress of what you're dealing with, or he's dealing with, she's dealing with, because we're all sexually tied.
Okay.
And that's heavy. I don't want nothing to do with that.
I can see that. I guess I didn't even think about it from that aspect. Having the soul ties with people who are in our relationships, who are in this, I guess, this triangle or square, whatever y'all got going on.
Right.
But, you often think about soul ties as somebody who came before me. But,
right.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to deal with that.
I'm a fan of monogamous relationships. Like I only want one person to cater to, and I want one person to give my all to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not gonna. I don't have it in me to. We're flight attendants. I don't have time to spread myself thin. To give somebody a little bit of me. I don't feel like that's fair to give people small bits of you.
Right.
If I'm gonna give you a piece of me, and we're in a committed relationship, you get all of me. Like
yeah, 100%.
Right.
I can give you 33%, you 33%, you 33%, and then I'm also expecting you to give me that 100%.
Right.
So yeah, that's not.
And it's right. It's not fair to you.
It's not fair.
And it's not fair for me to be getting 33%. For me to be getting 33% from somebody that I'm giving my 100 to. So when it comes to either being monogamous, dating monogamously, or dating polygamously, if that's a word, I made it a word, whatever. When it comes to dating those two aspects, just make sure you're upfront with what you want. If you don't want to date somebody and it just be you and that person, just let them know so that they're not getting the short end of the stick. And for sure, just be grown up about it. Let them know, hey, well, you and I are dating, but I'm also dating other people. Exactly. Or if that's not what you want, let them know, hey, you and I are dating, but we're dating each other. There's nobody else. We're exclusive. That's right. We're exclusive.
We're exclusive. Do you feel like there are more people who are in like a polygamous relationships than monogamous relationships in our generation?
Yes, because I feel like people are scared of commitment and they're scared of being honest. Like if there's somebody you meet, I had a guy tell me one time, he was like, I knew you were a great woman, but I didn't want to just date you. So I didn't tell you that I was dating other people, but I was dating other people. And so when I kind of figured that, so when I quit talking to him, he was kind of hurt. Like, again, he was not being honest. He was kind of hurt behind it. Like, why you start talking to me? And I was like, I wasn't getting what I was giving. So there's no point in me sticking around.
Right.
And that's when he was like, well, you weren't getting what you were getting because I was also seeing other people, but I don't feel like you should take yourself, fully away from me because I'm not giving you what you're giving me. All of that sounds dumb, right? Same face Tiffany just made. It sounds stupid. No, that's not fair. I'm about to play with you.
Yeah, we're not playing those type of games.
At all.
But it's crazy because in that situation, you would still want me to give you 100% of me.
Right. And I'm not, granted, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but beat, like toot, honk, whatever you want to say it. My mother raised a quality young lady. So when you meet me or when you're in any type of serious relationship with me or an inquiring relationship with me, I'm not somebody you only want a piece of. Exactly. I come as a whole. I'm a package deal. Okay. Like I'm not just meant to be somebody's girlfriend for a temporary amount of, for an extended amount of time. I'm somebody's wife, and that's how. Again, but then that comes up on how you were raised. I was raised in a home where the traditional marriage was a thing, and that example was there. So my parents raised me to be hardworking, as well as ambitious, as well as how to be a woman that takes care of her house.
Right, and provide and be a helpmate.
Right, and so in our dating days, in our era, that's not common. That's not common because those examples of how to be a woman, how to make sure your house is taken care of are not there anymore, and a lot of young mothers weren't taught that themselves. So you can't pass something down that you weren't taught or didn't learn on your own.
I can see that. Definitely.
But
that could be a whole nother one.
Right.
That could be a whole nother podcast because I've had guys tell me I can't date you because that's the foundation that you came from.
Right. And that scares a lot of people. That's Nick up.
Okay.
So back to this one, monogamy versus polygamy. So 6 cons of polygamy. These come from connectusfund.org. The first one is polygamy can be the cause for abuse of power. It can bring jealousy. It could prevent a person from spending quality time. It can lead to abuse. It could make the partner feel neglected, and it affects the children most. Now, when you was talking about that Instagram couple that got the girlfriend, the married couple has a girlfriend.
Right.
So I feel like I could not be in that situation because sooner or later he's going to, as a man, naturally gravitate to the woman that has his child.
I agree.
And then the wife that had the girlfriend, she's just stuck out because
she pushed out her.
Right. So that's jealousy.
Yeah.
That's an abuse of power on his point. That separation of quality time, yeah, it's gone because, like I said, naturally he's gonna gravitate to the woman that has his offspring. So
and it's a boy. You know how fathers are about their son. Well, how fathers should be about their son, and yeah, that bond and that relationship will grow in the girlfriend and husband relationship versus the husband and wife relationship. Right. Because the wife doesn't have a baby by her husband. Now I don't know if she can't have children. I didn't really dive that deep into it. Just a couple that I saw on Instagram. So yeah, and then that quality time. I mean, for me, I know quality time is my top love language. So if I'm not getting that,
and quality time is one of my top 3. And I feel like quality time and quality time and physical touch kind of tie in with me because if I'm giving you my quality time as my significant other, I want you to be able to touch me at the same time. Like even if it's holding my hand, be physically here, not like touching me as in anything sexual, but be physically there with me. But yeah, so I seen a quote on Facebook when I was writing the details for this episode. It said, "I'll cut grass with toenail clippers before I ever settle for as long as she come home to me." Type of woman.
I posted something the other day on Facebook about that. It was just
big facts. Like I will, and I don't think they're wrong. I will get out there and in real life cut grass with a toenail clipper before I ever settle for a man. And I'm sitting around talking about as long as he come home to me, I'm okay. No, because what he does outside of your home comes into your home.
It affects me. It affects the whole dynamic of the household.
Facts.
So yeah.
Like I said, I don't like to share.
I don't like to share.
I don't like to share. I don't do good.
Yeah. I shared you before I got with you.
Right. That was enough sharing for me. They had their share chance.
Okay. They didn't want to keep you then, so they can't keep you with me.
Thank you. Now, fun fact, having more than one partner at a time has been condoned in the original scriptures of various faiths, including Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and many more. For example, it was stated in the Bible that Solomon has had as many as 700 wives. Now, Solomon for sure had me 700 shades of messed up. I'm not going to cuss on this podcast because my pastor probably listening, but Solomon had me 700 different ways of messed up because there's no way.
None.
I'm not going to share with one, let alone the Bible say forgive 7 times. I let him have 7 wives. You think I'm going to let him have 700? It ain't that much booty in the world you need to be laying with. That's unsafe.
Okay. They must didn't have diseases back then. And I know they did. Okay, they ain't had the diseases that we had, but they had them.
Listen.
So you all penetrate. Is he penetrating all of them? And how often is he penetrating? And how many is he penetrating per day? I'm sorry.
You have to be, Solomon was a king, so you have to, what's his reign as king even like? Was he effective as a king, or was he focused on these as many as 700 wives as he had? And then again, how long did Solomon live to have this many wives, and how many wives he had at each period? That's so many questions, and it's too much for me to deal with. I just want one person that I can give my all to, and him give his all to me. That's what I want.
And call me selfish for that.
Go ahead.
I'll take it.
Go ahead, because I'm something to be selfish with. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to share Keisha. Or not even just Keisha. You don't want to share Tiffany. You don't want to share any quality person.
Okay.
If that's a quality person, you don't want to share them with somebody else.
Exactly. And man, remember, whatever you do, women can do it 2 times better. We are put on this planet to multiply. So, if you want to do that.
Now I did see a post on Facebook that one girl, she tweeted, she was like, my boyfriend cheated on me, so I went and got pregnant by his brother.
Oh, that's
and so
that's
grinding. She's slow. That's grinding. he commented under the post and was like, she got pregnant by my brother, but I went and had sex with all 7 of her cousins. I can multiply faster than she can. I was like, oh, so y'all just tick for tat around here.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all nasty.
Ew.
On that note, we're gonna take
another break.
We're gonna take one more commercial break and let you hear from Jazzy Sassy Sweets herself, Miss Jazzy Norton. So stay tuned. A couple seconds and we'll be right back to this episode about monogamy versus polygamy. Alright, y'all, we're back from our last commercial break. And we're gonna hop right into the cons of monogamy. So with monogamy, you get reduced variety. As in, again, who has time for all that? Anywho, this isn't Skittles. I don't need a different color of the rainbow. Anywho, people say the downfall of not being able, the downfall of having to be monogamous is you don't get variety.
You can get a variety.
Facts. Like, first off, y'all have watched my YouTube, and if you're not new to my YouTube, I do a whole flight attendant character named Swanisha that wears a blue wig. I wear turbans. I wear ball caps. I wear other wigs that aren't blue. I can give you variety. My name can go from Kesha to Victoria in 2 seconds.
Right.
What you want?
Penelope Grace over here. I got a British accent and everything.
We can get a pop.
Whatever you like.
You want variety? Listen, I am a woman of many talents. You want variety? I can give it to you. You can, matter of fact, you can go outside and knock on the door, act like you're a mailman, and you come in here for something and that.
Right. Okay.
We can give you variety. We can spice it up.
With this. Yeah, you just gotta be into all of that.
Right, you can be closed-minded when it comes to monogamous relationships. And that's the problem. A lot of people get in monogamous relationships and they get into such a routine that it gets boring. You and your partner owe it to each other to make sure your relationship stays alive.
I agree.
And so if you need variety, that's because y'all's relationship is dying.
Okay. And you gotta find a way to resurrect it.
Right.
Okay.
Now,
in 3 days.
Again, possible boredom. Y'all done got bored with each other. Y'all need to figure it out. But again, if you're in a relationship, what helps is making sure you two have hobbies.
Exactly.
Make sure you two don't, y'all's lives it's a partnership. It's not we always have to be together. You need to have your own thing. She needs to have her own thing. Right. Make sure y'all have y'all's own lives outside of this, because if y'all are consuming yourselves with each other all the time, that's gonna get irritated.
And you're not gonna find time to even have the thought to be like, what can I do to spice this up?
Right.
Sometimes you gotta talk to your friends, find out what type of freak level they on, and make something where you at.
Facts. There are books, and if you need help, there are books, there are websites, there are videos. There are free video sites that show you how to do things. Now that I know about them, I'm just saying they out there. And that's
Be resourceful.
Right.
Yes.
Use your resources. They have these stores that have all types of lingerie, lingerie, lingeries.
And if you're embarrassed, you can order it online.
Right. Now make sure your Amazon account is not linked to your mom's email. Not gonna say from experience that I know.
Thank God, my mama used to internet.
Yo, I caught that. Not that I was ordering anything that I shouldn't have ordered, because I'm a grown woman, but I was looking at lingerie one day, and then I might have added something to the cart, and it was like, do you want us to send to this address? And I was like, that's my mama's house. Wait a minute. Whoa, wow.
And you know mama's gonna open the box.
Yo,
it's like all fed
I had to go intercept the package. I had to make sure I was off for 3 days to make sure I was in Fort Worth, so that I was there when any package was possibly supposed to be delivered, to make sure, because moms are notorious for, you got something in the mail. It's not just something in the mail at my mama's house. You gotta check. You owe these people money, or they looking for you, or
it's illegal, mother. Just don't care. Open everything.
Yeah. So, back to the conversation. There are websites and things you can go buy to help spice up your relationship, to give you variety if you're worried about having variety. Now, I'm not here to persuade you from being monogamous or being polygamous. I'm just saying be safe and honest about what you want, because with polygamy comes consequences.
It does. And you really have to ask yourself the question, am I prepared mentally to deal with that? Because people aren't prepared mentally for someone cheating. So even to be in those type of relationships where someone is having multiple partners, we're not wired that way.
No way.
We're not.
No way. Now, some of the pros of monogamy, the good things about monogamy are trust and safety, openness and understanding. You don't have to share. You're giving one person all of you. And then there's the heightened level of kinkiness for couples period. Now, personally, I don't want to reteach a bunch of people how to love me, or reteach a bunch of people how my buttons work and how my clock ticks and things of that nature. Right, it's like retraining a new kid every week how to ride a bike. No.
It's the worst.
No, I want to teach
another person.
Right, and you have to remember that you do have to teach people how to treat you. Teach people how to treat you. You have to teach people how to love on you. You have to learn how that other person wants to be loved, how to be treated. So I'm not doing that I don't have time.
It's too much energy. Okay, right. We done already wasted away 4 months of 2020. Like,
you're not wrong.
Come on.
As far as I'm concerned, they need to open up outside by July. First, this is my last year in my 20s, and
oh yeah, that sucks. And then another thing is that you only get 16 weeks of school. You need to pick up the speed. Okay, this class, you need to learn what you need to learn. I'm not saying 16 weeks is hopefully I hope you get it faster than
facts,
but you need to get up to speed.
I'm a firm believer in the fact that men and women kind of know what they want from a person within the first, if y'all are consistently speaking, within the first 2 or 3 weeks of conversation and interaction, y'all should know.
Yeah.
You should kind of have an idea of, maybe they're not ready right now, maybe I do see a future with them. I'm not saying get married in 2 or 3 weeks, but you kind of know your initial intentions with someone. Now that they couldn't change, but you kind of know, I don't want to have to retrain. Stop having sex with people within the first week and some odd of meeting them. I'm not saying we don't live our lives and have our moments. I'm just saying learn from it.
Right, I agree.
Now,
because first of all, sometimes it don't even be good when you be running into that thing quick. First of all, because you haven't learned.
Wait, when you be what?
Running into that thing quick. I didn't know another proper way to say it. I probably would have said it a different way any other time.
You running into that thing quick. It don't even be good.
It don't even be good because that person don't even know how to please you mentally, because sex is mental.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
It could be spiritual.
Have somebody tick.
Yeah.
If you now, granted, okay. So y'all know me. I'm very hot on my show. Humble, open, and transparent. I am a very touchy, emotional type of
lover.
Partner. Yeah, type of lover. There has to be that emotional connection for me to be. For us to enjoy the moment.
Okay.
I'm not running into that thing quick, because you're not just
run into that thing quick.
I'm letting you run into quick. You run into this, you're staying, you're gonna want more. I'm not,
and then I'm not gonna think it was good.
Right. So I'm turned off. Like,
he didn't do.
There was that connection wasn't there. Yeah, and then like buttons, you gotta learn how to push people's buttons. Okay. So anyway.
That's a lot.
Thank you. So some of the pros of polygamy. You don't have to watch. Okay, so I got these offline because I couldn't find any pro about a good thing about polygamy, and I didn't want y'all to think I was being biased towards monogamy. So
she pulled it out the hat because her own experience. She did not.
Right.
She don't even get down.
I do my research for you guys. Okay. So some of the pros of polygamy, and these were online. You don't have to wash dishes every night or cook all the time. Someone else can birth the babies. Like y'all haven't heard of something called adoption. Like you don't even have to birth a baby if you don't want to these days.
Right.
Anyway,
You got dishes washed, you can get a maid clean.
Thank you. Now, they say another good thing about polygamy is more incomes are present for the home. You have more dependence during tax time, greater sexual flexibility, and shared emotional support. Now let's go ahead and slap on that shared emotional support because
I want you to go first.
I don't.
Weird.
I'm not dealing with your emotions and her emotions. Cause what if y'all get mad at me? Then y'all kick me out the group. Like,
right. And I didn't do anything.
Right. Like I'm not dealing with a bunch of emotions. I'm a Cancer. My birthday is July 12th. I'm a Cancer zodiac with a Leo moon. That means I am a crybaby, but I want to fight at the same time. So I'm enough.
Yeah.
Emotional. Like I'm enough emotionally. You don't need to share it. Trust me. And if you share me emotionally with somebody, you share me with the Lord.
Yes, he wants to hear all about it. That's the only person you need to be going to in this relationship.
Go to him in that.
Okay. Yeah, that shared emotional. Yeah, and just dealing with like you said, y'all get mad at me, but I had nothing to do with it. Or it affects the dynamic of what's going on in the household.
Yeah.
That's
So more. This thing say more incomes are present for the home. If you need 3 or 4 people in your relationship to make your income suitable for the home, there's a problem.
Right, because as a partner, I should always be pushing you to be your best.
Right.
So if your job isn't paying you what you need to support this household, and without all those extra, because think about it, if what you're doing for me, you got to do for them. First of all, what you doing for them, you got to do 2 times as much.
Because I'm selfish.
You said you what?
I'm selfish.
Yeah. So,
I'm selfish and I get jealous. I don't.
Yeah, you're going to need to do twice as much. So it's just like, you're not going to be able to have what you need because you're supporting all these people versus you just going and me being your wife, your helpmate. I should be pushing you to get better jobs.
Right.
Or support your dreams.
And figuring out how we can bring more money into our home.
Generate more income.
Without having to bring more emotional issues and sexual issues and spiritual issues into our home.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the con should have been how do you raise children in a poly relationship? Like how do you make it okay for your children? How do you raise children and teach them what type of relationship should they desire?
Right. Even on that, how do you raise children? And people have different ways of being parents and how they live their lives. How do you not only teach them what they would want out of relationships, who to listen to? Like, if we're having parenting conflicts, it's like, go ask your mom. Okay, well, which mom? Because this one say I should, this one say I shouldn't. That's causing a lot of confusion.
Right. And what if I'm a physical touch type of person and I'm giving all my child? I'm more of a touchy-feely person with the child and the cuddle with the child, and the mother who actually had the child isn't.
Yeah.
So that child is always coming to me to get that emotional, physical touch. So yeah, that's different.
That's a lot.
I had to backtrack. That thought came to my mind.
So it makes sense. Because if I want to share my man, I for sure don't want to share my child. I gotta share my child with another woman. And granted, if him and I don't work out and that's his stepmom, that's fine. I ain't gotta deal with his daddy, his or her daddy no more. So it's not any polygamous situations.
That's a whole nother.
It's a whole nother story. I'm just not about. No.
Yeah, I'm not my baby. Not the one that I birthed.
Back to one of my right. I carried for 9 months and pushed and got cut open before I got the scars to show. I'm not sharing that. Now, back to my main point. What I want you guys to most importantly understand, Whether you want to be monogamous or polygamous, be honest with the people that you're dating or the person that you're with. Let them know what you want. You never know, they may want the same thing. They may want to be polygamous with you. They may want to be monogamous with you. You never know. Don't be scared of commitment and don't be scared to be honest. Please establish rules and understanding. Now, up front, right? Because everything done in the dark or not said always comes to the light. And the last thing you want to do is y'all get mad at each other and word bomb it, and now y'all mad. Had y'all first little argument for nothing because nobody was up front, rules weren't established, and nobody was being honest.
I agree.
Now, that ends our monogamy versus polygamy episode here on Kicking It with Keesh.
Yes.
Once again, if you did not, please make sure you push that subscribe button, hit the bell for hit the bell for notifications. Follow us on all of our social media platforms.